Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to episode number 142 of the Terminus podcast. This is for the weeks of June 6th, 2020. It's the anniversary of D-Day. What is it, like the 76th anniversary of D-Day?
76, yeah.
Yeah. Yay, America. Anyway,
If you've seen
we played
Private
a bunch of War
Ryan,
Thunder
you know
to celebrate.
Sorry about that.
It's okay. I am your dispatcher, Ellis, otherwise known as the Admiral. With me I have my engineer, Jacob Durbin, and our firemen, Chris Holman and TJ Sicosio. Our brakeman is returning to the podcast for the second time, HFM Bears. Welcome back.
And now I'm back from outer space. I just walked in to find here with that sad look upon your face. And
Honestly,
I don't even
you
know
being
why
from
I'm
outer
saying
space would explain a lot.
Yeah.
So anyway, we're finally doing more podcasts that are more or less on time and like within 2 weeks of one another, so we don't have an outrageous amount of news. We have a handful of things to talk about, and we've got some fun things on the class of Mantle of Responsibility, so before it gets too late in the evening, the train will terminate at this station.
Okay, we are out on a ship somewhere in the middle of nowhere. I don't know, we appear to be lost.
I literally just
TBA
said
is
he was on
about
an island, but yeah, okay, we're on a ship now.
Yeah. Well, he's on an
Behind you.
island for me.
I can't see, I'm blind.
Also, I thought all the clearing your throat was going to lead into a pirate voice, and I'm really
I was going
disappointed.
to, but I couldn't do it, right?
We would have thrown you out of the truck in promontory.
I was very close to making a lazy town joke when he's...
What?
Here, side piraten! Anyway, yeah. He's in Sea of Thieves. TBA isn't here because he was too busy being a pirate, and I think I've just figured out what my termination is going to be. So let me write that down, and then we'll come around to the class with Mantle of Responsibility.
Yeah.
Let me just put that there.
For your regular listeners, hi, I exist. I'm not dead. I promise.
It's been a while. It's been a
It's
real
been a long
while.
while. Somebody please find out what I was last on. Please.
I actually, oh man, I was scrolling through podcasts the other day just to get like funny names, and I noticed the one that you were last on, and man, it's a while ago.
It had to have been at least last year.
Yeah. Well, and we had a stretch of like not making too many podcasts, like when COVID hit, it dropped
Yeah,
like once a
true.
month, which I hate. It annoys the crap out of me, but sometimes people just can't be around. Sometimes the people, or me, I can't be around. And I'm just annoyed at myself all the time. But that's a normal day. So anyway, class of Mantle of Responsibility. Just spoiler alert, it doesn't change. So KCS didn't do anything surprising nobody. But the first people to do something was Norfolk Southern. Achilles said UP had a bad couple weeks, but that isn't really accurate compared to NS. NS had 3 accidents, starting with them just demolishing a FedEx truck. Or actually, the FedEx truck looks mostly intact. That's kind of strange. Well, they hit a FedEx truck, and
Hilariously, with the first responders unit, which I think is the most notable thing about all of this.
Yeah, so they were their own first responder. Good job, NS. And that's that. Like, nothing else eventful happened. It's not even like there are boxes everywhere. Another train struck a truck. This is Union Pacific the following day. Or, sorry. Oh, this is Union Pacific, and it's listed as BNSF. That's my mistake. Hold on. Let me fix this.
Good job.
I managed to mess up the Western Railroads. At least Achilles isn't here, because he would make fun of me for that. In Argyle, I heard they have nice socks, a train struck a tractor-trailer carrying a giant transformer by the looks, like the one that the Conway Scenic had to bring in. And the tractor-trailer got stuck on the tracks, the train wasn't able to stop, the conductor saw the truck, was able to slow down enough to avoid a serious collision, and no one was injured. Yeah, it sort of looks like it got nudged more than it got hit. So, good job, UP, I guess, for not causing a giant catastrophe and destroying a transformer. Norfolk Southern did our second or third crash, their second, on the B line in Virginia.
Crashes. They have 3 crashes on the list, so...
Yeah, they do.
Become CSX at this point.
I know, NS has been so much worse than CSX lately, it's kind of frightening. But,
yeah, like, ignoring all the locomotives they sold, they have had quite a few derailments now.
Yeah. Yeah, it's weird when CSX is like the good guys, kinda. Anyway, Train 12R reportedly had an undesired emergency brake application. That's putting it mildly, considering they piled up a ton of freight cars. At least 14 to 20 cars had derailed in a general pileup at CP Cody on the NSB line. The crew was not injured. So, yeah. I don't know where the B line is, but it's somewhere in Virginia, and,
Oh wait, no, this is not the pileup. Sorry, never mind. There's the other one that was up in New York.
Oh yeah, there is another one. Like, NS had 2 pretty similarly bad derailments. But let's for a moment go visit our Canadian friends, in, Fond du Lac. They just killed somebody. I'm pretty sure the person was trying to commit suicide because he was laying on the tracks, allegedly. So, yeah. The name of the victim, who was pronounced dead at the scene, is not being released at this time.
Google, stop.
Sorry
about that.
Oh.
Wait, he wasn't meant to be named?
Like, they didn't name who it was because they're trying to tell his family first before it gets released on the news, so...
Well, that doesn't surprise me.
Yeah. Well, Canadian man is now dead. Oh well.
Rest in peace, buddy.
Don't kill yourselves, guys. Also, don't play on railroad bridges, but we'll get to that later. A Union Pacific train derailed in Little Rock on Monday. This was June the 1st. Cars split from the front engine of the train and plowed onto another track. They did a little bit of multi-track drifting after disconnecting themselves from the engine and made a mess. Hey, there's some lumber. Chris, don't look. You'll get flashbacks.
Yeah.
What am I? Oh no! Oh no! No!
There's lumber, a 3-bay hopper, and a gondola in this image.
Yeah. Another Canadian man died. This time it was a rail worker. They were hit by a kicked car. Oh, you know what? I can't open that page. Let's open the other one. Also, that first article was delightfully unhelpful. And this one is also unhelpful because it's on Trains Magazine. We can't read it. But anyway, they kicked a car and it hit somebody and killed them. So, this is why there are rules, JB.
I thought you couldn't kick.
Jeez, how many more?
In 2020.
Jeez, I wonder if next time there's going to be more deaths from CN.
At least on the class.
I sure hope not. We haven't had any like catastrophic giant fireballs lately. We did have another giant wreck from NS on June 3rd, which was in Livingston County, which is in New York State. Yeah, so it looks
that is
like...
up by the new the bridge they replaced a couple years ago.
Oh, really?
And that's just down the line from that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well, it looks like a bunch of auto racks. No idea if they're full or not. Honestly, the first picture, it just looks like a model train derailment. It's kind of surreal. Because almost nothing is, like, bent or messed up. It's just cars laying sideways and all zigzagged across the tracks.
Holy crap, it does! I'm looking at it now, and I can see what you're talking about.
It's kind of surreal. I'll show the audience for those who don't feel like pulling the article up. But yeah, a bunch of cars derailed. It looks to be like about a dozen or so. Some are tipped over. They're mostly auto racks.
Actually, wait a moment, Ellis. I can actually see a dent in one of the cars, like in between the center beam car and the box car. There's one car that actually looks dented.
Aw. Well, that takes away from my model impression. Anyway, here's our Csx Wreck. This was the most concerning of all of the wrecks, I think. Multi-car derailment in the city limits of Screven, located 10 miles west of Jessup in Wayne County, Georgia. 7 cars derailed a track which runs parallel to Highway 84 shortly after midnight. These things always happen at night. And 100 people had to be evacuated from the surrounding area due to fumes leaking from one of the cars. I'm not sure. I just went through here, and it doesn't exactly say what is in that car.
To me, it looks like...
Oh, there it is. Two of the seven derailed cars were carrying hydrogen peroxide, and one of those cars was leaking.
Yeah, leaking, because it was literally just spewing water out of it.
No, that's them spraying water onto it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Something tells me that water isn't going to do much against a hydrogen peroxide fire.
No.
I don't know.
But I think they're just trying to keep it from starting. You know?
Maybe.
If everything's all wet, it's a lot harder for them to start, for a giant fire to start. But anyway, that's the colossal mantle of responsibility for this week, so let's talk about what we've done in the past couple of weeks. Chris, did you...
Weeks? That's an understatement.
Yeah, well, I mean, you don't have to cover everything you've done in the last 6 months if you don't want to, but...
I'm gonna do my best. I'll let everyone else go first.
Well, I haven't done a whole lot. I keep meaning to review the next module for the Iron Horseman module, and I just keep not having the time. But I haven't really gotten on... And I haven't really gotten on Tolbrand either, but I did go by the TN, just briefly, just to sort of check in, make sure everything's there, see the new arrangement of St. Johnsbury Yard. TJ, you should see it. It's pretty cool. Yeah, Banniston and I went, and we just switched out a couple of industries, and otherwise had a good time. I haven't done a whole lot. I mean, I was in a couple... I mean, we've been doing a local Royale, and I was in a former Royale yesterday. Madison was also in that Royale, representing a different engine, which was a new thing for us. Normally I'm there, like, giving her a hand, but this Royale was a complete disaster for me, so I guess my skills don't really carry through. The fun thing was that they just dragged Donna Grace on for some reason, which was interesting, and I guessed it because East was like, there's a surprise. And the first thing I did was message Donna Grace, like, hey, are you going to be... Did they ask you to come on the next Royale? And she deflected it, but she didn't say no. So, when I saw her go in the call, I jumped in ahead of everybody else getting called in, and I was like, I knew it! And then I left. And then everyone was rooting for me to get in because I was the last contestant to get in. And it kept being a perfect photo finish with Brian, who apparently is just as good at clicking as I am. And I'm not very good at clicking, so I don't know what that says about his ability. I don't mean to insult, but I think he eventually just didn't go and let me get in.
Oh, Jesus fuck. Well, in the past 6 months, once again, I will reiterate, I'd like someone to actually find the real date of when I was last on.
Give me a minute.
I have gone through a complete new job. I have lost my girlfriend of my own volition, and I now have a new job. It's been a wild ride.
And you've broken 2 cars.
Yes, I have broken 2 cars in 2 weeks in each other, and I just paid $5,000 to go get mine fixed.
Oof.
It's been a wild ride. To make everything short, in February, I decided it was time for a change and time to leave Universal for more money. Myself and Lauren had had a plan to try and move out for around this time now, June of 2021. So I decided to take an opening up at the Lowe's Distribution Center. That was the worst decision I have ever made in my life. Oh my God, it was terrible. It was nice at first, but it was mostly training, so I was getting paid to sit on my ass all the time and just sit there and take in stuff. I learned to run a forklift, and once the virus hit, I started freaking out because the workload up there is intense. It really is. There is no break. So, fast forward to end of April, I decided to try to play my trump card, and tell them that I have autism and that I'm having an issue with workload, and was sent home and told to call their third-party company, Sedgwick, to handle everything. I have now learned that Sedgwick is a piece of shit and does not really do anything for disabled people, physical or mental. It's just kind of there. I ended up getting a new job in the process. My dream job. I am now working for Lehigh Anthracite in the Panther Valley of Pennsylvania, bagging coal for home use and stuff like that. So I love every day of it. I now know how to drive big forklifts, big loaders, all kinds of cool shit. It's great. I love every minute I'm there,
16.
and it's been a great thing.
Holy crap.
In the past, I have I've been out rail fanning a lot. I'm going to get you some pictures here. Running in Northern got their new F units tested. I got some very cool shots of them. Hold on, wait a minute. That's the Horseman, not.
Oh. Nice.
You just broke the. Actually, not broke. You just clicked the wrong button.
I
He
did.
the click. Also,
Yeah.
Chris, so that you know, your last episode was episode 129, People Look Good in Mugshots, which was put out on October 8th.
Holy crap! All right, well in that case, the 113 Santa trips happened as well. So we're gonna go back in the archives here because I have all of my stuff. I believe I took Lauren to Ocean City, Maryland, as well. That was a very fun trip. This image happened. This beautiful, wonderful image of coal at the Atlantic Ocean.
All right.
Yep. Is this a good one? Oh, I gotta actually open it up.
Is that an obsidian block?
No, it's a piece of coal.
No, it's Obsidian.
Oh.
He's going to make another portal.
I just gotta find the rest of the
I got what you did.
Actually,
here.
just so we know, just for reference, because Cole has been mentioned, it turns out Cole was one of the Rio Grande F7s that went to the Penn Central in real life.
I thought we already knew that.
I didn't know that. I didn't know he was
Me
one of
neither.
those. I knew that happened to some of them. I didn't know he was one of them. He also didn't get used by them. He got traded back to EMD, and they got some GP38s out of it. So, I guess you could say he was spared.
I did go foam Strasburg in December and in February. I did end up getting up there. I've been around. Here's North Reading Yard. What's this? I don't even know when this was taken. Back in early spring. I'd go and ship them.
Dem switchers.
Those things are powerful, man. They're pretty fun. Here's a nice grab shot of some NS junk from Temple a couple weeks ago. And here is a very rare bird, an NDM boxcar that I saw on my travel.
That is a cool logo. I like that.
This just happened to come across. Otherwise, it's been pretty boring for the most part.
Wait, what is that reporting mark? FSRR?
I don't know. I'm over it.
I'll look it up. Keep talking.
Sorry about
Ferraro.
It's been a fun ride. I ended up leaving Lauren over some personal issues and some personal grievances. I've been missing her a lot lately. I don't know why. Been that kind of time. And a year ago today, as of recording this on June 7th, I graduated high school. And it's crazy to think all the stuff that's happened in the past year.
You gotta tell me about it.
Yeah. But other than that, with the virus going on, not much has happened with the 113. Most of our runs have been canceled or postponed. So, don't know. But that's about it. That's what's been going on with me in the past 6 months.
The abridged version.
8 months. Yeah, there's some stuff I'm forgetting in there, no doubt.
Well, what else have we been doing?
I've been making a lot Oh yeah, I've been chipping away more at my hockey. Um, yesterday I started working on the. I don't have any pictures of it, but I started working on the old Sugar Creek branch north of, I don't know, maybe 2 miles north of Athens, up in the hills, and I'm modeling it as abandoned. It's like the route itself is set somewhere between like 1947 and 1952, and then this branch was gone by 1939.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's going pretty well. I've never really modeled I've never really modeled abandoned track. Like a sighting or two. This is like 5 or 6 miles of track snaking up into the hills, and it's pretty cool. Maybe one day I'll do a like a backdated version of the route, like 1915 or something, and have pretty much all of the coal mines on every map that I can find active.
Huh.
Which would be insane.
Hey, I need to get that route off of you, Jader.
Hey, well, I'm planning, once I get to Nelsonville and at least all the track and the basic scenery in there, I'll release like an alpha version, because then you can actually go somewhere. Because right now,
True.
you can't really go anywhere. But once I get that in, that would be about 12 miles of Hocking Valley mainline.
That's really cool.
Yeah, I've definitely. I don't know. It feels like this compared to my other big projects that I've done, I'm not getting burned out as easily, because I actually have I'm not making it up as I go along. I'm doing research, and I can go visit most of these places that I'm putting in here, and find pictures and research all that. I think that's what's keeping it going, where I'm not getting burned out after a month or so, and not having to build all the terrain is really nice.
That sure is
That's
nice.
my favorite part.
Yeah,
I've been
terrain and like the basic ground texturing, like for forests, I barely have to do anything.
you just
put
bulk
some-
replace the texture and you're good.
Yeah, replace the texture, put some trees in, and put some roads and stuff in, and that's it.
Dems really do be easy.
Yeah,
Now I'm
Speaking of
jealous.
easy dems,
I'm jealous I
That's
don't
the
have
way
a route with a dem.
yeah, I've been redoing all in the center on the WWNF route. Structures are soon TM, but they're getting closer every day, which is good. We have track and scenery up to, I believe, just past top of mountain, but we need to redo, or I need to redo, a bunch of that stretch between on the center and top of mountain, just because I went with the age-old method of spamming things, and that didn't work. So it's not good for your
Spamming,
computer.
like grass and shit.
Yeah.
I like how it's
Yep.
we. It's you and Tyler.
Yeah, well, Tyler didn't do anything wrong. I did, but, whatever.
He didn't do anything wrong, but I can't. Can we really say he's done everything right when we don't have all the 2-foot done yet?
That's
I
true. The
think
2-foot is not done yet, therefore he's not done anything right.
Yeah, so we definitely need to.
Yeah.
Cracks whip.
Yeah,
More
exactly.
Fix that. Yep. Yeah, we need to tighten the leash. Get that done. No, I'm just kidding.
when I see him in the Royales, because he's the technical advisor in the former Royales, I'm like,
Oh boy.
First of all, it breaks him. Second of all, I need him to not be doing that, because we need him to create 2-foot. And by we, I mostly mean you, but because I'm here, looking over your shoulder, I feel included.
Well, there are projects in the works that I think you'll be much more devoted to than the WWNF. That's all I'll say.
Yeah, well, either way, I'm excited about that, because I guess until, yesterday, I was the only way you could get to the WWNF.
Yep.
Which, I mean, I am kind of upset, frankly, that I'm no longer essential in the service.
Right. Not an essential worker anymore.
I'm not, yeah.
Yeah, now I can go without you.
Yeah, but don't. because I don't want you to go without me.
You can always be a passenger for once.
Yeah. Yeah, but I also
Imagine
don't want to do that.
Yeah. It's not as fun.
I'd rather drive. And
Yeah, that's
TJ,
how
I
I
have
feel.
air conditioning now, so...
Hey, I have air conditioning, alright?
Yeah, well.
Imagine
I'm
having
literally
a-
crammed in my closet, so what happened last time doesn't end up happening again.
What?
Basically,
Um,
last time I was here, there was one part where Ellis was describing the contents of this one train that derailed, and right after he said, and mash, my dog howled, and it was literally heard in the recording. It was like, and mash.
He likes MASH.
Who doesn't?
Oh,
MASH.
crap. I forgot what I was going to say. I don't know, something about flexing. TJ, what color is your car?
Most of it's gold.
That's tough to replicate. Just thinking about
The only
magnets.
other thing the only other thing I did, which is rather notable that I kind of forgot about, is I am no longer part of the Allentown Office, also known as the Alcoholics and Assholes.
So
but,
why are you no longer a part of it?
Would you fit one of those descriptions, at least?
No, I'm not an alcoholic yet.
Are you sure?
But, I'm sure. I don't need it to live.
Don't we all?
But more importantly,
G.
some due to personal concerns over the running of the railroad, which I'm not going to discuss live, and due to a close friend of mine from the railroad trying to service me, and we will leave it at that. Yeah, that happened. That happened in October.
Oh,
as
yeah,
well.
I remember that.
Yeah, you know, our wonderful friend Dave, Standard Man.
Standard, man. Anyway. Well, have we done anything else?
Well, as for me, like, back in November, Ellis already knows this, but I saw 4014.
Oh, yes. You have joined the ranks of the thief.
Yeah. It went down into Hondo, Texas, and I just had to see it. Got some pictures of it, too.
I mean, you made the right call. If I got the chance to see the thief again, I would.
Come with me next year when I go out to go see it.
Yeah.
As for anything else I've done lately, well, mostly it's just been like me doing work for school during quarantine and some other stuff. But recently I actually got I got a new keyboard for my computer as well as a new computer battery, and I also got a DVD I got the DVD release of the 1984 film Nazca: The Valley of the Wind, the Proto Studio Ghibli film, for those
neat.
curious. And I say proto because it was made by the same people who would form Studio Ghibli, but it was made before it was Studio Ghibli. You know what I mean, right?
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. That's kind of neat.
Yeah, I don't really have much to say.
Yeah. I mean,
At least not
it's been a
without
little...
going political.
I'm impressed with the amount of foam Chris has been able to do. I felt compelled to go out and sit by the tracks. I went down to Kingston Station a few weeks ago. I talked about that, just to sort of hang out. And, it's nice to get some fresh air or whatever now that everything's livening up. So let's all get back on the...
Yeah, I think
foam
once
wagon.
once the Valley starts Steam service, I might
I'm waiting
take
for
a trip.
Maine to open up so that we can go and get information for Tyler.
Yes, that's why we're there.
Shh.
But yes, I agree. I am excited for
I want to go
things
hang out with
happening
Catherine.
in July. Yeah.
The only other thing that's going on with me, speaking of narrow gauge stuff, is next week. Well, rather to give some backstory, back in the
No, don't do that. I'm just kidding.
back in
Back in the USSR.
well, I guess it was August or not August,
Back in the
April,
day.
early April. I sent an email, a physical letter to these Prata asking to become a part of their main crew. Showing, hey, I want to come work with you guys. I got a reply back from Brad, saying, hey, we'd love to have you on, but we don't have any paid positions open right now, which I wasn't expecting pay. And join the friends and come work around, and, possibly next year when we actually start service, we can have you come on then. So, one, I might have a second job next year, which is going to be awesome. And two, more importantly, our fucking governor decided to open up the state now, finally, so we can have work sessions again. And I am going to the Friends work session next weekend.
Cool.
Nice.
Come on, Maine.
It'll be fun. And we will talk about that more during the news.
Awesome. All right, well, if that's everything from everyone, I guess it's time for the next thing, although Weibold isn't here. I need a soundboard.
We do need a soundboard. I don't want to do that.
Does anybody want to try it?
Somebody else do it.
I have one more.
I don't even
Oh,
know
wait,
how to
okay,
use
Jader, what's
soundboard.
yours? And then please do it in the Uncle Jerry voice.
Oh, God.
Not your thing of what you want to say, but, the intro. So what is it? What's your other thing?
All right, well, the pictures are just about sending. So with the whole quarantine and, not being stuck at home anymore, like things are slowly starting to open up. Really the only things that haven't opened up are like fairs and big touristy things, but those are coming. I have a couple things
Soon to
linked to that in the news. But I sent 2 pictures of some road stripes that I put on the layouts yesterday. Yeah, yesterday. I just kind of, I won't do something on the layout today. And I've had these dry for road stripe decals forever, and I decided to finally use them. That plus a little bit of white paint and a whiteout pen and a lot of masking, and I put the stripes on one of the roads I have going across the layout, and it really adds a lot. I love how it turned out.
It looks good.
It's not perfect. Thank you. It's not perfect. I'll probably go in and touch up with some asphalt color to just look like patches or something.
Yeah. Obviously, it's not MUTCD. Mason should get on you for this. I should too, but I'm just not going to do it on the podcast.
I tried to figure out, or I couldn't find any information.
Oh, you're cutting out. Is it?
Yeah,
just
he's dead.
He's dead. Jader's
Road
dead.
stripe in the field, all extra stripes came in.
Holy crap.
Oof.
Jader,
I'm here.
But
you died.
Oh.
Not.
Oh.
Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs.
The reason why I've been so silent was so I could let you guys talk.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
that's good.
Yeah,
But
we know.
Jader's being silent not because he's trying to let us talk.
But because he's dead.
Jader's dying
Because my-
a painful
Because
death.
my internet is.
Oof.
Yes. He said his internet is.
Fine.
Is it or isn't it?
I don't know what's going on anymore.
I took away from him. Oh, he's dead. I took away from him trying to talk that he couldn't figure out when yellow stripes came into existence, and frankly, I don't either.
I think they didn't come into existence until the 70s. That's what I was able to find.
Okay.
There's some bumpy roads, Jader.
Yeah, those were. Let's see if I remember right. Yeah, when I put the roads for these, I didn't use any forms or anything. That was my first attempt at making roads out of plaster. And I could go back and make it better, but for now I'm just going to leave it. It works.
Yeah, whatever. Good enough for
Good enough.
Union.
Yeah, it's good enough for government work, and it's supposed to be
Yep.
Well, he's dead again.
Yeah, it's supposed to be dead. Well. Anyway, they look good.
Thank you.
I guess, Uncle Jerry, what's next?
Well, according to my trusty pocket watch here, I think it's time for locomotive versus.
Thank you. Awesome.
And boy, do we have an interesting choice.
Yeah, so in one... Oh, this is going to be troublesome if Jade's internet's messing up, and who's representing the other one?
I thought Milky was, but
Oh,
he's
he's
not
not
in
here.
Trying to get in this one.
Well, he's not even here.
You were, Ellis.
No, I'm representing the Pensy. Of course I
He's
am.
Yeah,
representing
and
the
then I'm
concept.
representing the J.
Okay, yeah, that's what I mean. I'm
Right.
saying it's
Well,
going to be...
like,
It might be a little
oh.
tricky for you if we can't hear you.
It'll be alright.
Anyway, alright. I gotta scroll all the way down. Anyway, let's get some pictures here. Not that people don't know what these are. In one corner is the Pennsylvania Railroad Duplex T1.
Okay, I'm here. I had to let my cat in. She wants to sleep on the bed.
Meow.
No, it's more like
Open image
she'll
in new
scratch at
tab.
the door until I let her in.
And, oh, I'm way zoomed in apparently. And in the other corner, we have
Get you,
the NWJ class.
let me get you a picture.
Yeah, you can send me whatever picture you want. I'm just... Again, it's not like the world is short of pictures of 611.
Damn it, cat.
I can give you one.
I'm sure you can. I can also
Yes.
give us several. Although, actually... Well, I can give us one including a pineapple cup, so therefore it's the best picture that could have been taken.
0 out of 10, pineapple cup 0.
No. TJ, did
By
you
the way,
ever...
TJ, hey,
TJ...
off topic.
What?
Off topic, TJ. Did you ever develop that film?
That's what I was about to ask. Did you?
What film?
He's muted. He had... he brought up...
No, I have not gotten back to the photo lab because I was in college and then, quarantine.
Scrub.
TJ, if you need that film developed, I can get it developed for
Can't
you. Like on a
CBS
serious
develop
note.
film?
No,
They
you don't want it developed there.
Damn.
No, CBS is overpriced. I have a photo lab, an independent photo lab, but
Okay.
once they open up, I have 2 roles to develop. So.
Okay, I'm going to be completely honest. I'm kind of surprised that CBS still does that.
Yeah, Walgreens does it, CVS does it, but
My CBS doesn't develop film.
all the ones here do.
Scrub.
I'm thinking mine was built new, so
Yeah.
I know Walmart still does. It's mainly because you can still buy the disposable cameras out there.
That's true. Anyway, alright, it's time for Logo Web versus Logo. Who do we want to go first? Also, I still have way too many documents open. Holy crap. Close this. Close this.
You know,
Yes.
I really think the T1 should go first because it's the harder candidate. I feel.
suppose. Okay.
Yeah.
That's fair. Prove me wrong. Please tell me.
I-
Jay is definitely better.
I'm...
Watch him now.
No, I want to win, goddammit. Okay. I'll start with something that's a gimme. In fact, 2 of them. Number in class.
Fuck you.
Oh, I don't know.
14.
That'd get it.
52.
Holy shit, they had 52 of those things?
Yeah, they had 52 T1s.
Oh my god.
There were 6110, 6111. Then there was the 5500s.
Yeah.
5500 to 5549. So
And this soon
combining,
goes
combining those first 2 with the remaining of them, that would make 52 of them.
And a
Yeah,
half.
it would.
52 and a
If you end
half.
up counting 5550.
Yeah. 52 and most of a boiler, some wheels, a pilot, and a cab, and a tender.
I'd call that a quarter.
I don't know, they got a lot of boiler. Alright, so that's one. Let's just do the other one to get out of the way. What's your number built?
14.
Also 52. Yay, I'm gonna do my victory lap now. Okay, now I have to now I have to actually win some stats. What is your driver diameter?
70.
80. Yay.
Jeez, I knew
Thanks.
Yeah, you can
I
use
knew that she once had large wheels, but jeez.
It's not even
We
that.
can
It's
both-
just the J's have kind of small wheels for a northern.
mountains. Because mountains.
Yeah. Scrubs.
Tell me you can't go fast.
Yeah. Okay. I need to find some things that I actually win here.
My life is so hard.
I'm scared. My life is so... Yeah. What is your tender coal capacity?
26 tons.
26 tons. My tender fuel capacity is 42 tons.
God.
Coast to coast. What is
Coast to
your tender
coast
water
for the win,
capacity?
baby.
Oh, I might actually win this
Oh,
because coast to coast. Ah, you fool. Wait, 22,000 gallons.
Damn it, 19,200. Cogsaka.
You fool.
Yeah, you have track pants. So
I know I
you
have
got-
track pans. Well, I'll remember that for later. Alright.
Yeah.
Ellis
Cool.
will remember this. Alright,
The
Jada.
track pants are only as good as where you can use them. You know,
Yeah.
they do no good everywhere else if there are track pants designed for that pan. You know, they weren't a standard thing.
They should have been.
They should have been, yes.
Just like everything. Alright, Jader, what's your stat?
Okay. I'm actually curious. What is your weight on drivers? I'm actually
Oh,
curious to
Lord.
see if you're.
I'm
no.
probably thick AF. Weight on drivers, 279,900 pounds.
Jesus!
I don't like this.
Wait, what?
288,000.
Oh, yes! Yes!
The hell?
Yes!
Oh, wait, huh?
No.
Huh?
No.
Wait, that's illegal.
I win. I'm not thicker than you. I don't know why that's the case. Alright, I'll try something. This might screw me, actually. What is your boiler pressure?
275.
Yes! 300 even.
I thought these were 300. God damn it, NW.
No, I'm pretty sure the J's for 300 even. So we have to go with what the
I'm
stats.
reading 275 here.
Yeah, not according to Steam Locomotive. If you could find another source for that, Godspeed. But
Let me try.
alright, well, in the meantime, I'll try something that's maybe controversial. I might actually lose this one. Although I don't know because standards. What is your firebox area?
Uh, 578 square
Oh,
feet.
no! 490.
Ah,
You had a small... Not,
Yeah,
but
I
you
guess
want
I
a
did.
smaller firebox?
yeah, I guess I did.
Interesting. I'll have to figure that out quick.
Alright, Jader.
what is your grade area?
Great area is 92 square feet.
107.7.
Oh, damn. Okay.
What is your evaporative heating surface?
4209.
5270.
Holy crap. Yeah.
One moment, please.
This is...
Okay, I have the boiler issue. Boiler pressure. You guys are evenly matched.
We are really?
The original J's, 600 to 610, were built with 275 pound boilers. After those built after 1945, which is the majority of the class, were built to 300 pounds. Those original 10 were raised to 300,
Okay, because I was gonna say if
and
they
they operate at 300 today.
okay, I was
well,
gonna say
yeah.
if they weren't, then I would still try to claim a point on that. But all right, that's cool.
Yeah, no. Sorry.
Where were we?
I just lost a point because you guys were actually 300 pounds.
See. And NW, we keep making our shit better.
There's no stopping us. Wait, suddenly Norfolk Southern.
Same difference.
Okay. Superheating surface.
1430.
2177.
Holy mackerel! Why do you have so much boiler, and where did you put it?
I put it where everybody else,
Shrouding.
above
Yeah.
the wheels, above the frame.
Right.
That's where every boiler goes. That's just better than you.
I would say fight
Okay.
me, but that's what we're doing.
Okay, let's do combined heating surface.
5639.
7448.
Holy crap. You've got a lot of heating surface. You know what I need to put in here? I just had an idea. Before I forget, I'm just going to throw this one in here at the bottom of the list, which is going to be the Reading T1, T-1 versus the Class J, because I need to see that.
That's what I thought this was originally going to be.
Yeah. Oh, no, I think we just had to do this one for the sake of the Johnson short stories. Alright, Jader, what's next?
Evaporative heating surface divided by cylinder volume.
Ooh, I was actually I was tempted to do this one. But 228.
248.56.
Damn. Because I'm not compound. When you get a Mallet or something that has compound cylinders, they just absolutely run away with the stat. Alright.
Mm-hmm. Alright, what's next?
I don't know, what's next?
Did that. Come back to that. Gonna lose that. Well, wait. No, I don't. Hold on. Oh, here we go. What's your factor of adhesion?
Oh, bad.
That's not an answer.
Yeah, 4.33.
3.70. So.
Holy crap! We are very
Wait.
close, sort of.
I'm
Why
not-
are we both bad?
I don't know.
Kind of ironic. Like, how many times has 611 slipped when it's hauling an excursion? That's what I'm curious of.
Yes.
The only one that I know of in recent memory was on a Y on a very tight turn.
Or Saluda.
Oh, Saluda doesn't count. Saluda, anything will fucking slip going up there.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying. Like, that's the only one I could think of. Like, 611. I don't picture the J's as particularly prone to slipping. Which, I mean, I guess they're on
They were.
the heavy side. But
As far as I understand, they really weren't prone to slipping. So.
no, they're on the heavy side. They're not prone to slipping so much as they're just sort of underpowered, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, so Jader, you're barely better, but I'm astonished that we're as close as we are.
I know. Okay. Tractive effort.
Tractive effort, yeah, I'd lose this one, that's for sure. 64,653.
Wow, those are rookie numbers.
Yeah.
77,899.
Yeah. Such is life.
Those are rookie numbers.
Going for speed.
Okay. What is your cylinder diameter? Or, your cylinder.
My cylinders are small. They're 19.75 by 26.
Wow, that is small. 27 by 32.
Yeah, I have more of them.
That doesn't count.
I have extra cylinders.
No, it's that's a bit like, would you rather fight one duck-sized horse or 100 duck-sized... Wait, I forget how that goes. It's like
one duck-sized horse. Oh, no, it was 100 duck-sized horses.
It's 100 duck-sized horses or 100 horse-sized ducks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Would you rather fight one big thing
I need to do something.
or small things?
I'm gonna put these into the cylinder volume calculator that I use for local Royale that we normally don't bother using here. So 19.75 by 26 is mine. And then what was yours, Jader?
27 by 32.
Okay, so multiplying mine by 2, because I have twice as many cylinders. I just want to see. Oh yeah, I still lose. You still win. You still have more cylinder volume than I do.
Ah.
So you know what? Fine.
I mean, to be fair though, when you take it into account that the duplex locomotives weren't even articulated, then Johnson pretty much just becomes like, if you combine the wheel arrangements together, like the driving wheel arrangements, Johnson pretty much just becomes a really large 484.
Yeah. I want to see one of these with a single rod, just pistons at both ends. I think there's one of those on locomotives.
That would look like an SAR 520, to be honest. like an
Anyway,
American or 520.
Jader, you want to just continue stabbing me to death?
Okay. No. What's your valve gear?
I don't want to talk about this. It's Franklin
Come
Poppet.
on.
It's Franklin Poppet, you guys. You know.
There was one with
Rip.
wall charts, like 5548, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
We
one.
don't talk about that one.
There's one with wall
No.
shirts. There's one with Poppet B, which is actually really good. But
Well, there's four.
Isn't that what they plan on using for? Isn't that what they plan on using for 5550? Pop it B.
yes. So Jader, what are you?
Baker?
Yeah, I know.
The best. Baker set up for fast running as well.
The best. The best. The
The
best.
best. The best.
Okay.
Hold on. What if?
Fun fact: the 113 is the same set of valve gears as 611.
Hold on. Just for like shit posting. What if you had a 2-1
Uh-huh.
with Stevenson?
It would still
No.
probably be better than Franklin Poppet. Because Jesus
Yeah, because-
Christ, these things were a mechanical nightmare. And
Yeah, they were very finicky and difficult to maintain, from what I heard.
yes.
Or that changer and driven shit on the Holy Pacifics.
You know what my valve gear was for the Royale that we just did, which was to try and find the worst locomotive you could? My valve gear was called Link. Just Link.
Link.
Wait, what?
Huh?
What engine did you have?
I had the Boston and Providence Attleboro, which was built in 1856.
What the hell is Link valve gear?
It's Link valve gear. It's basically Stevenson. It's like
It's the
proto
Link from the
Stevenson.
Zelda. It's Link from the Zelda games, don't you know?
But other
Oh,
members of the class had, I think, hook or variable, a valve gear type literally just called variable cutoff, and a valve gear type called fixed cutoff, which effectively to me means no valve gear.
What?
There is no like Johnson bar where you can adjust the cutoff. It's just forward or reverse.
Oh my god.
But these engines were literally built by 3 guys in a shed, effectively. Anyway, that Royale was fun. Alright, Jader, what else?
Okay. No, not that.
Not that.
I'm actually curious about. What's your driver wheelbase?
You know what? I'm not sure. Well, my driver wheelbase is measured on steam locomotive as 13.83 feet.
That doesn't sound right.
Wait.
Well, maybe what you
Because
should
it's
do
only
is
one driver set.
Yeah,
you should
No.
you should multiply that by 2.
No. I refuse.
Well, by that logic, I should divide mine by 2.
Well, what is
because-
yours?
18.75.
Okay, yeah, you win.
Yeah.
Yours would be about 30 feet.
Yeah, it should be. It should be. But we typically ignore that and just take the steam locomotive stats at face value. But we've already once dug into the real maths, or twice, I guess, for one for the boiler pressure and the other for the cylinders. So, yeah, that's fair. All right, you win.
What is your engine wheelbase then?
Long. Engine wheelbase is where is it? Where the hell is it? Oh, it's right there. 51.92 feet.
Oh, yeah, long. 47.3.
Yeah. Kind of close,
there's
honestly.
Yeah. Don't do that. Well, yeah, let's do ratio of driver wheelbase to overall wheelbase.
0.27.
Oh, shit. 0.40. Wait, what do you want to be, lower or closer to 1?
You want to
Wait
be...
a minute, how would the
You want to
how
be
would it
closer
be
to
when
1,
you-
but again, because that's only one driver set, so mine is actually like 0.52.
God damn it.
So I win that one. Yay!
That's fair. I'll take it.
Okay, so let's closer to 1. Let's not screw this up this time, because now I have few stats that I'm left to do, although I do definitely want to do all the power computations, hang the rules and the sense. But because we did this, I kind of have to ask. Actually, do you have axle loading?
No.
Yeah. Because we did this, I kind of have to ask, what is your engine weight?
Engine weight?
Yeah.
Oh god, junk. 494,000 pounds.
502,200 pounds.
Oh god.
So I was so concerned about that one. I just had to do it because I won the other one. It's like I had to. What else was I gonna do? All right. Well, you're up again. I guess. I wanna know. I know it might jeopardize. You have a pretty substantial lead. I know it might jeopardize it, but I want to know the power stuff.
We'll get there when we get there. Let's do tender loaded weight.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh wait, no, hang on, I read that wrong. Let's do the total weight.
Total engine and tender weight? Okay, 944,700 pounds.
Oh my god. 872,600.
Oh my god. Hey, at least it's not 1,000,000 pounds. Every single other duplex locomotive that Pennsy put out was over 1,000,000 pounds.
Jeez.
The T1 is the light one.
Light.
Yeah, light.
Yeah.
Alright. What else we got? I've done enough damage there. Okay, let's do the power computation stuff.
Yay!
Alright, what's Robert Lee Messina's power computation?
Yeah. It is 27,600.
29,618.
Yeah. It's based on Firebox stuff for that, so it's gonna... yeah.
Cool.
I knew I was gonna lose that.
Okay, same as above, plus superheater percentage.
34,500.
38,207.
I was just hoping I had more, superheater percentage. Oh well.
Same as above, but substitute firebox area for grade area.
183,750.
205,046.
I knew you were going to be over 200k. Alright,
Alright, let's do power L1.
42,367.
Wait. 42,000 you said?
42,367.
God damn it. 41,991.
Yay! See, Tyler knows how these all are calculated now, so I kind of wish he was here to explain them to me, because I've read them before, and it still doesn't make sense to me. Alright, well, I mean, I'm fully committed. Power MT.
Ellis, need to remind you that you have 6 points.
Yeah, I don't care. I'm committed.
Okay. 1285.75.
Yay, I win this one. 1334.76. Also, I gave you... I got in the habit of giving you points, and so when I won the last one, I gave you another point instead of me. So, it's 18-8. Nice. You know, I'll take my terrible loss. Let me just, one more thing to get out of the way. What is your loco base ID?
Loco base ID 271.
Damn it! 348.
And
I thought mine was low.
Cool.
Yeah.
Alright. Let's go to style points.
Okay. What year do you have listed as year built? Just curious.
I have 1943, but...
See, I have 1945 listed. I should have just done that.
Well... Okay.
Yeah. I mean, our classes were kind of... I mean, I had the prototypes in 42, so... I guess it just only likes those. Let's see. We both have foldable couplers. I mean, we both have streamlining. So there's that.
Okay.
I have an
Did
all-weather
you-
cab, I think. I think I have an all-weather cab.
Yes, you do. You have an all-weather cab.
That's fair.
I have speed holes. Can I get a point for speed holes? Speed holes and
Yeah.
shrouding, even on the tender.
Out of 10. Because that's pretty rare.
Yeah.
I'd like to give Jader a point due to modern air brakes, diesel air brakes were installed in it.
Yeah, he gets some advantages for continuing to exist. Also,
Yeah, oh,
you know,
no,
he gets a
it was-
point for
they-
continuing to exist.
They were installed in the 50s.
Oh,
As
really?
an upgrade. Yeah, no, that's original.
Well,
It
The more modern brakes were
has what 20? What,
point for
26?
continuing to exist. Point for the second engine to come to Strasburg under its own power and leave as well.
it was allowed to escape.
It is currently the only steam engine to have ever left Strasburg under its own power and not returned.
And now returned.
Like the same day on an excursion.
That's pretty funny. I would like... Oh, you know what we didn't do? I didn't even ask a builder. Oh, well. Not that it matters at this point.
It's Juniata against
Yeah.
Roanoke.
Yeah, but Juniata we usually lump in with Baldwin.
I wouldn't love Juniata in with Baldwin. Oh, dear God, no.
The Baldwin T1s.
The Baldwin T1s. I mean, you know. We
Wait a minute.
outsourced.
Didn't Baldwin provide the T? Didn't Baldwin build the T1s for the Reading?
Baldwin built some of them. Baldwin built half. Reading built the other half.
Baldwin
That
did
would make
build...
Wait, no. The Reading built them. Baldwin provided the wheels and half of the boiler.
Also,
Ah.
Baldwin did build half of the T1s. Also, they were
Which
Baldwin's
T1?
idea. My T1. The one
Okay.
without a dash. What the heck was I about to say? I have... Oh, no, that doesn't help me at all. I have... Something. I had something. I had an idea.
What headlight did you have? You have a single beam or a double beam?
I had a single beam.
All right, Jader gets a point for double beam headlight.
Okay.
Well, wait. Are we going off of insert or
They had double headlights in service
Oh, you know what?
Did they?
I
in the later years.
get a point for having one with a booster.
T1s had boosters as well.
Get
602 had a booster.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
602 had a booster.
That's right. Damn. Curses. Okay, I get one for train phones.
Yeah, you can get one for train phones.
Also
Okay.
cap signals.
Um,
I have cap signals.
611 had cat signals. Yeah,
Not from the get-go.
not from the get-go, but it was put in an out shop.
that doesn't
Nah.
that wouldn't count. We're going off insert.
I don't wanna count that.
Okay. Ellis, did
Point
you
for Jader for lightweight aluminum rods.
Hey, hold on a minute. My rods are way lighter than his.
There's no way yours was built from aluminum. I'm pretty sure you had steel rods.
Yeah, but mine are lighter because they're smaller.
That doesn't mean anything. They were built out of another material.
But that was
They're
the whole point.
aluminum rods.
Jada, what were you saying?
Did you ever run in freight service?
No, I don't believe so.
We ran in freight service towards the end.
Somebody posted a picture of what an unshrouded T1 might have looked like, and it was disgusting.
Yeah.
Oh God, let me see that.
It was
I
absolutely
want
terrible. I don't have it because I just
Hold on.
expunged it from my memory, but it was in the fan chat I think somewhere.
Can I give Jader a point for being the last steam locomotives mass produced in the United States?
Absolutely, you can. That's some cool stuff.
As the last three locomotives came out in 1950, which were the last
holy
locomotives
Can I,
produced by a commercial carrier.
my.
Can I take a point away from Jader for looking like a dildo?
Well, if we're gonna do that, can we take a point away from Ellis for just looking like a piece of shit?
Whoa, hold on a minute.
Whoa.
That T1 needs Jesus. That's all I'll say.
Oh, did it get posted? Yeah,
Yep.
absolutely disgusting. Just awful.
This is why
I like it.
No, you don't.
No. You've got to
It's
be
like the
lucky.
image.
I actually kind of like it.
No.
It looks like a T1 with a. It looks like a T1 with a Q2 boiler that was shrunk.
It's disgusting. Why is it
Can I
so
get a
stupid?
point for looking
It looks good. The 1943 ones look good.
Yeah, the Shrouded Jays look good. I won't lie.
Half a point for Ellis for being rebuilt from the ground.
Yeah, I mean,
That's fair.
I think that's worthy.
Yeah.
A point for Jader for being considered for the American Freedom Train originally,
yeah.
to be originally restored for the American Freedom Train.
I have
a
extra.
point-
I have better weight distribution on my tender. Extra wheels.
But
I have extra wheels.
yes, those can't go around tight corners with that.
I mean, I feel like that's been established.
Yes. Points for the J for being restored by Norfolk Hills
I have a scoop.
originally. Twice, actually, being restored by them twice. I think that's
Wait.
Okay,
rather interesting.
Alright.
I guess.
Twice.
Gator,
No.
what were you saying? You were
Oh,
trying to bring something up.
I can't find a picture of it. But have you been have you had a model of you staged to look like you're pulling the real thing?
I feel like that's a little. I feel like it's a little too niche. We both have trains models. We both have real models, like in spades. Neither of us have doors.
Well, I have a question.
What's up?
What is your theoretical top speed for both of you?
Theoretical?
Yes, what is your top speed?
Like allegedly 140.
Insert
What is
engine
the top
mallet
speed
theory.
of the what was the recorded top speed? 'Cause
Yeah.
there is a recorded top speed.
How fast was it going when it tipped over?
I don't know actually.
56.
Well,
Trying to look.
56.
yeah, I'll take a point for allegedly having the speed record.
All right, yeah.
According to Wikipedia, its max speed is 110 miles per hour.
What, the Jake?
The J-
According to Wikipedia, on the J, it is 111,
111.
which I believe it did reach at least 110 out on the flats in Ohio.
I mean, I could believe it. It might not
Yeah,
have the
I
biggest
think
so.
drivers,
No.
but
I know the A's were capable, or A's and the Y's. Which is pretty crazy.
wait a minute. Don't nobody say nothing about that.
Can we give a point to 611 for being featured in Owen's The Link photos?
Yes.
And can we give a point to them for being starring in a documentary as well? 611 American Icon is technically a documentary, even though it was produced by Trains Magazine.
I see.
Oh wait.
And also there was
I
that.
get the point.
Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead.
Uh-oh.
Well, there was also that CGI. There was also that Locomotive and Lemony Snicket's A Series of Unfortunate Events that I think was actually based off of a T1.
I think it was a T1.
Yeah, like just it had everything that it just got all of its PR indicators removed.
Yeah. Also,
Yeah, we could give the T1 a point for being in.
Hypothetically,
what- What the hell is that space train anime?
Galaxy.
That-
it wasn't it.
that was
Not,
Galaxy Railway.
wasn't
Yeah.
it not?
That was
Wasn't
a
it the S
that was
one?
a big boy, not a T1.
No, that's right. It was the S1. It was not the
It was
T1.
an S1,
That's correct.
I'm gonna be a point for being a character. We give it points for being Johnson.
No, that's favoritism.
No, we always do that, though. We always give out points for being an Iron Horseman character.
Okay.
Also, this is the image of the T1 in Snicket.
Uh-oh. What's... What? Wyvol
Yeah,
just wrote out foamers in reactions.
Yeah, I saw that.
God damn it.
Thanks, Wyvold.
Well, he's not going to come save me now. Also, I'm way down. So, I think the J class, or the class, yeah, class J. If we get one more, it'll crack 30 points, which I'm not sure we've had in a Locomotive Versus before.
Oh, what else can I give the J? Oh, let's see here.
I don't have extra marker lights. You have a backing light. Oh, you know what? The J has a doghouse in this picture.
Yes, the J's do have doghouses. Well, traditionally, at least.
Ellis, did you ever get a song named or written for you?
I don't know.
You know what I can give 611? What other locomotive has its own restaurant?
There's a restaurant based on it?
Yes.
It's like a 611 steakhouse or something.
Hold on, I'm coming.
You're all 611 foamers is what I'm getting out of this.
The great 611 Steak Company. Supposedly, they're actually really good.
Okay, we'll put it on the list. We'll go.
I knew it was a steak. I couldn't remember the name of it, but yeah.
They look like...
Oh, and he's dead.
It looked like what?
He's back.
Sorry about that, it was a misclick.
What the
I
heck?
thought I clicked on the wrong ad. Anyway, I'm looking at their site and it kind of reminds me of Denny's, like the food choices except for the steak.
Yeah, it's not that good food, but the steaks are good, apparently. Supposedly, at least.
I don't know. I've never been.
What I forget what the heck. I had a point, and I can't even remember what it was or who it was for. I just came up with the point very briefly. Did you have a backing headlight?
Yes, there's a backing headlight.
Alright, backing headlights. Just wanted to make sure of that.
Probably.
Otherwise, I wouldn't have been able to run at Strasburg.
Oh, that's fair. That's true. Should have remembered.
I honestly can't think of any other point.
No, I can't either.
I think we've decimated the T1 enough. 31 to 17.
Yeah. Oh well.
Yeah,
Just give me.
I think that's fair.
Hey, the J's were good engines. I still think they're overfoamed though.
They are.
But
Yeah, they're good
We need to
engines,
see-
but they have...
sorry.
They're good engines, like the J's are good engines, but they have way too many fans.
Mm-hmm. We're gonna have to have, and I know the foamers have done a Northern Royale, and I think we've done a Northern Royale as well. But like nobody brought the J. We had SPNS 700, which won, but
I will bring the J.
yeah, if we do it again, next season. So now that we're rounding this out, I'm going to briefly talk about the Season 1 ender of Loco Royale, which is coming because it's sitting right here on the document. But let me write down real quick the results of this, and then we can cast our votes, and then we'll talk about that very briefly, and then of course we'll go and do our news as we do.
What's so funny?
God! What the hell, Jeff?
What's so funny?
Okay, I know I should give you a point for fucking opening up Facebook during a podcast, but I opened it up. I see a post from the Pennsylvania DOT saying don't drive impaired, like if you have prescription drugs and say not to drive.
Yeah.
And I see a comment that my boss has put, my boss, saying that women shouldn't be allowed to drive.
Okay.
God
Hold
damn
up.
it, Jeff, you piece of shit.
That's crazily misogynistic.
It didn't
Facebook.
reply to a comment. I don't know what else it's trying to say.
Oh,
I
God.
just see that in the reply.
31 to 17. Okay, and let's cast our votes here. TJ, Bears, and Chris are eligible for voting.
Well, I vote the T1 because, like, contrary to popular belief, the T1s had, like, not popular belief, because, like, there's some people I know who say they hate the T1's design. Like, I think the T1s actually look pretty cool.
T1s are gorgeous. My God.
Yeah,
Especially the prototypes. I love them so much.
Their paint scheme is, like, amazing. It's a shame they never used them on more of their, sorry, tripping over what I'm saying. It's a shame that they didn't use that paint scheme on the final locomotives.
Yeah. They just went, Brunswick green, also known as black. I thought you were about to say they didn't use them more often. I just wanted to say, here's one thing that we didn't get. Hey, Jader, do you still have your stat page open?
Yeah.
What's your minimum weight of rail?
Curious statistic.
120.
Wait, what? I would have won that?
There's no way you would have won that.
No! Mine is 117!
What?
Damn it,
No.
I was avoiding that one.
I honestly think that's incorrect, because I know Strasburg is 110-pound rail.
Well,
So
I don't know.
think that may be wrong.
the Strasburg rail sure as hell didn't like the J, so...
No, and in all honesty, that bridge.
Based on the fact that the J has more weight on drivers, that may be the kicker. Who knows?
Maybe.
But anyway,
Um,
again with the taking steam locomotive stats at face value, but oh well. All right, so there's one for the.
I will give my point to the J, mainly because I think it is a superior locomotive mechanically.
Which this shows it definitely is.
Far better design wise, and more universal.
Yeah.
More usability across the whole of the system.
The T1 was effectively.
You guys, the T1 could not go east of Altoona. It really couldn't go east of Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
It couldn't use it on half of your system.
I mean, they ran them, over the
They
main lines.
They did run them to Harris.
Yeah.
They
could run them over the main lines, but
they could run them on one line, and that's it.
yeah.
611, you could run on any one of their main lines and most of the branch lines, with the exception of the Abington branch.
That said, the NNW had a lot less system to keep to that sort of spec, but it was definitely a more nimble engine, just being shorter and lighter, etc. Although apparently not when it comes to rail. All right, TJ, you're the tiebreaker.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to vote for T1.
Yeah,
Traitor.
I see the.
Why am I a traitor? How am I a traitor?
Because apparently thinking that the T1 is better than the J makes you a traitor.
Begin standards chant. Anyway, let me write down these results. And then very briefly I'll talk about the local Royale that's upcoming, which is going to be a hell of a thing. So, the first Royale we did was the 113 off. The winner of that was the Reading 113, which is a Pacific. They'll be represented.
Bullshit.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
the season ender is... The season
finale.
Yeah, it's a roundup of all the winners of the previous 5 rounds. The second one we did was the pre-1860s Royale, or the pre-1860 Royale, in which Milky won with the general class. A lot of people brought a lot of weird things, including Dean bringing MIDI 113 in both of the previous Royales, and then losing terribly in both of those. The third Royale we did was the Northern Royale, which was probably the first of several Northern Royales we're going to do, because, let's face it, there are a lot of Northerns, and a lot of them are very good. And he won with the SPNS E1 class, otherwise known as SPNS 700. And so he will get a choice of representing either the General or the E1. Patrick the Fox won with Reading 113, and so he'll be able to represent them, or if somebody doesn't make it, we're just going to give the spot away like normal. The fourth Royale we did was the narrow gauge 10-wheelers. So, That's going to be a hell of a thing up against the Northern, but maybe the East Tennessee and West North Carolina, number 12, otherwise known as Tweetsy 12, can take it. Shortline brought that to that Royale. And finally, the last Royale we did was the prototype Royale, in which Timken 111 won. Personally, I think we're going to see the SP and SE1 class and Timken 111 battling it out for the top spot, the Reading 113 sitting in the middle, and the General class and Tweetsy fighting for the bottom. But I've been surprised before, so that's this coming Wednesday. Buy your tickets now. Or, don't, because it's free, but, just a heads up to everyone. I think it's going to be a fun season ender, and then, we're going to take a little break and get 5 new ideas for next season and do another round. And probably find a time that's a little bit better for Wybold and makes him hate himself a little bit less. Anyway.
Not allowed.
Yeah. Anyway, so, let's get into the news. We have a chunk of news from this. The first thing that I want to talk about is these neat blue boxcars that GATX is putting out for some reason. They're building a large number of boxcars for a customer, and the last car completed wears a special edition tribute paint scheme.
Nice.
Yeah, it's blue. And it has a cool logo on it that says since 1898. So.
Nice. How wholesome.
Yeah. It's been released with the reporting marks LRS 100,000. Interesting.
Wow.
Speaking of new, there's a new Floridian steam engine.
I wouldn't call it new.
No, it's not new.
It's brand new!
It's pretty much.
I mean, yeah, with everything they've done.
But the U.S. Sugar Express 148 is back. Apparently.
Yeah.
Well, now they need to work on their 080.
Yeah, it looks cool. Looks like they did a cool job. I like that they're hauling sugar cars with it.
Yeah.
And, I don't know. Keep your eye out for that, I guess.
Like we talked about last time, it's so exciting, the idea of, like, oh, it's just a normal engine that we have. But...
I want to go down to...
What was that?
I want to go down to Florida to see it.
Yeah.
I mean, look, my parents are wanting to move down there, and I go see, because it's the only thing worth seeing in Florida. Like pretty much exclusively.
Excluding Big Thunder Mountain Railroad? Come on.
Look, I don't like Disney, so,
Well,
Didn't
that's your problem. Go see the
Disney
other
World.
Florida attraction, otherwise known as Brightline.
I mean,
They're-
you guys don't want to get creamed.
Or actually stay far away. But anyway, they're in talks with Miami-Dade to run the commuter rail line. They're planning, or they're in discussions, I should say, not really planning, to build 5 train platforms between Miami and Adventura and launching a $425 million commuter rail system. This was a proposal that was revealed last Tuesday. Miami-Dade, which I believe is the county, would pay the company $350 million to construct the stations, and Brightline would spend $75 million building the platforms that could be used to launch the service. It would be separate from the express trains that Brightline plans to launch in 2022. And the company said it's continuing to pursue those plans, even though it's shut down rail service completely because of the COVID-19 pandemic. They're also shifting to a long-term goal, or they would shift to a long-term goal, of having the government-run Tri-Rail system launch a coastal line. Instead of spending public money on Tri-Rail's coastal link, the county would pay Brightline to build the station, provide the tracks, and run the new commuter rail line. So, they're basically trying to stage a takeover of all of Florida, and I can only think that with all the deaths that this will inevitably cause, Brightline is being run by some sort of supervillain.
I mean, it is being run by Richard Branson. I mean, look at him. just look at him.
His plan to eradicate his arch nemesis, Florida Man.
You can never eliminate Florida, man. There is no way. There's just too many of them.
Your parents are trying to become Florida people.
I know they are, and it pains me.
That's dangerous for them and
it
everyone
is.
else. But mostly...
Speaking of celebrities,
Uh-oh.
We have a new contender in the Heritage Rail
Yeah!
thing. Richard
Richard Branson.
George R.R. Martin has joined a group of local businesses to buy the Santa Fe Southern Railroad in New Mexico, or Arizona. I can't read it because I don't feel like turning off my ad blocker. So
I can read it. Hold on. I just stuck it somewhere.
Yeah, I didn't know George R.R. Martin was a rail fan, but yeah, he's helping restore the Santa Fe Southern, which is good. It was an old tourist railroad and freight line that has since gone defunct.
Foamer.
Yeah, he is.
I'm
That's for
directing that
damn
at George
sure.
R.R. Martin. For the record, he needs to stop doing this and get back to writing Winds of Winter. But...
No, he's okay.
No, he's okay, alright.
No, I'm fucking late.
He's gonna die before putting that book out.
Probably.
There are a lot of opportunities for a
not
new tourist
Lord of the
attraction, he said.
Game of Thrones. Our next vehicle is a Santa Fe Southern GP7U.
Yeah. I want to see Game of Thrones, but set in New Mexico. It's basically Game of Thrones, but also... It's a mix between Game of Thrones and Breaking Bad, is what it is. That's what this is going to be. Even though I'm an old guy, I'm a 13-year-old inside, he told the paper. The 71-year-old said he wants to live out a childhood dream to blow a train whistle. So...
How is that man never blown a train whistle?
I don't know,
What the
he has so
hell?
much money, he could just go to Strasburg or something.
Like, just
Also,
say, here's a shitload of money, let me do it.
But,
I mean, literally any tourist plane I could.
You know, just go buy one.
Well, on
he
the bright
just
side,
did!
well, at least on the bright side, they weren't as obnoxious and ambitious as Gettysburg was.
I mean, Gettysburg was its own special case. There.
George R.R. Martin has not blown any engines up yet, so he's doing pretty well.
No, I mean, oh god, who the hell was the guy who ran the Gettysburg? What's his face? He also, like, the guy who ran Gettysburg had run like 2 other railroads into the ground by the time he had got Gettysburg.
As far as I know, like the only person I know of who had some sort of thing with Gettysburg was Jerry Jacobson, but that's only because he bought 1278 and 77, or
No.
not 77, 76.
No, Jerry Jacobson, good. We like Jerry Jacobson.
Yeah, Jerry Jacobson, good.
You know what we don't like? I would say who we don't like, but there is no who in this case. We don't like the new DNS diesels. Nobody...
No,
Yeah.
no.
Oh my god. They look so bad. They look... I think somebody said, it's as if you were trying to make the worst possible paint scheme.
They look like a tiny version of. They look like a very tiny not SD6, a very tiny GP60M.
Which is effectively what they are. Aren't they? Like...
No, they're F40s.
Look how they massacred my boy.
Oh, Fortune would not be happy if they heard about that.
Yeah, so this... Oh, God. They did, like, weird speed lettering, like SP speed lettering, but with Durango and Silverton, and not even the word and, just Durango in small text Silverton. You know what? I can show everyone this... Oh, my God.
Domination.
I mean, I still have that. I still have. I
didn't notice that I didn't have and.
Yeah.
That
Durango
pisses me off
Silverton.
now.
Yeah, that's obnoxious,
As if you
honestly.
needed another reason to hate this.
Oh,
I
if you
had
could, if you
had
could,
enough
please
reasons,
show
but
the
now I
slurge unit.
Mustard and maroon. Oh, yeah, where's the meme?
It's
Where'd that-
it's up there. Like
They
right
could put
as we
in,
speak.
Are you talking about that meme with? Are you talking about this meme, the one with the San Luis and Rio Grande SD90s?
Yes, please.
Yeah,
yes.
like this exact same colors, and they have somehow got
You
it
versus
right.
the guy she tells you not to worry about.
Why does that have a CIT patch on
Also,
it?
they use the real...
CIT bought a couple of them.
Yeah.
Ah,
They use the Rio Grande speed lettering, which is the correct speed lettering, Jesus Christ, guys. Why have
Come
you
on,
done
dude.
this?
Just
Because let's face it, anyone can ruin anything.
You know what would have been better? Literally anything.
it should have been green. It
I
should be
mean-
green.
I mean, they could have been green. That's one thing. Also, just the actual Rio Grande paint jobs. Or,
Yeah.
Or anything. Like, anything. Paint them in a rainbow. I don't care. At least that'd be cool
No.
looking. Like, paint them, oh god, what's something? Paint them in a dazzle camouflage scheme, like a World War I battleship. Please, it'd be better. Like, make me not know which way is forward. It would still,
Speaking of the DNS, we're going to move on to the article that posted all these things, which is DNS interview. It basically addresses the issues that everyone has been having of, well, what are you going to do about coal-fired engines? We only have plans to convert 480 next, even though there are plans to convert every other engine on the road.
eventually. Slowly.
And just kind of general scheduling things like how 483 affects their rotation and what their vision is. It's a very nice read. It's very, very interesting read.
Yeah.
And I suggest anyone who values their DNS history to do it, to read it. And in other news about the DNS, they are open now thanks to the fucking government deciding that they can make money.
I mean, that wasn't really
wait, no.
I mean, that wasn't, like...
Wait a minute. No, they're opening the 13th. That's right. They're opening the 13th. But they took a symbolic trip, which is actually 493's first return to Silverton, with some food supplies and a speeder, up to Silverton, along with some dignitaries and local officials to say that, look, this is how we're going to do it when we actually finally reopen.
We're going to run trains. That's how we're going to do it.
Yeah.
The whole thing with, Rio... what the hell? It's not like they were waiting for the starting gun to get this off the ground, because the Royal Gorge showed that, they opened up a couple of weeks ago. They were just sort of waiting on, I don't know, I guess their own timing. But now that 493 is done and has been running around, didn't they also use 493 to, haul some logs?
Yeah, they used it on their log trains.
Yeah.
It's just weird to think that a K-37 has been used in revenue freight service in 2020. In 2020, of all days.
Was it actually revenue freight service? Did they make money off of that?
From it was a contractor, I think.
Oh, wow, okay. That's really cool.
They were paid, the railroad was paid to move those logs to Rockwood.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool.
Impressive.
Well, I mean, WWF did it first, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's also not 2020. Like, a steam engine was used in freight service in 2020.
Oh, jeez,
That's
yeah.
the fucking, a steam engine's being used, period.
Wasn't there
The
at
steam
one
engine was
time,
used in 2020 on the WWF, too.
Yeah, but I don't think WWF has hauled any revenue freight this year yet.
Well,
I think they might have.
I mean, recently, from what I know, 148, it hauled a sugar cane train recently for the U.S. Sugar
That's
Company.
true. That's true.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. All right, there were two.
At least.
No, I bet Maine Locomotive and Machine has needed something from the WWF.
Well, message him. Send him a message.
We can't. Maine is closed.
Yeah.
Wesley's still around. And he's in New Hampshire.
We're waiting to go. We're waiting for them to open so that we can go and ask all of these important questions.
Yep. Well, actually, Maine Narragansett started operating trains June 1st, supposedly.
Oh, cool.
Has anyone found any info on that? Speaking of things not
it says it on
happening.
their website.
Okay. I'll post a link
Speaking
to
of
that.
things not happening, the Cumbres and Toltec Victorian Roundup has been postponed till next year.
Big sad.
Which is the big sad for everyone who is missing it. However, it's good news for me because it means I can actually possibly attend. Because I was not able to attend this year. So that's good news. For some people, at least.
It's
and in
good.
narrow
It's also,
gauge news,
I was going to say it's also good news for Wild Company because 20.
Yes.
You know, if 20 is if 20 is going to go, they definitely needed this year.
Yeah. Considering the fact they've had some issues as of today as well, but I'm not going to go into them for privacy's sake.
On issues.
Like the 20 caused COVID.
In other news for narrow gauge stuff for
2020.
DNS, the Parker insurance company has sued the Durango and Silverton for the 416 fire losses.
Oh, here we
So now
go.
they have another lawsuit on their hands, which is ridiculous. And they are trying to get 25. No, that's the U.S. government. There's the one where they're trying to say how much they get. They do not have a set goal. It appears this.
Hello, I like money.
Hello,
Yeah,
I
they
am
just
ski
want
resort. I
money.
like money.
Yeah.
Every ski resort loves money.
I feel like money would. I'm trying to think of what where would be a good definition of money.
Effing Strasburg.
Yeah, Strasburg.
Yeah, Strasburg.
Essex.
I guess Norfolk Southern, considering how many locomotives they've been selling to Progress Rail or K&K.
Okay, that's true.
Well, speaking of that, R&N has bought another locomotive from the Norfolk Southern.
Which one would that be?
They have bought an Admiral Cab SD40-2, number 3327.
Oh, damn it! I forgot about a style point.
What the hell did you? What
I had
point?
nameplates.
You had nameplates?
Yes, we had big name boards to hang on the engines when they ran certain trains, like the Admiral.
Oh,
Damn it!
neat. Either way, they have an Admiral Cab SD40 now, which brings their roster of SD40s to 10. It was an ex-Southern high hood, rebuilt in 2012. So that's going to be neat to see. I am waiting for the day when they show up with some big, giant GE cab power of some sort, or an SD90 or something like that.
Putting in Northern Jiva win.
I'm waiting for it. They're going to have a big cab unit. I guarantee you, within the next 5 years, they're going to buy a big, at least 2 big cab units for road trains. I bet you any money they're going to buy some of the SD60s or something like that. You know? But
Yeah.
I'm going to keep rolling. Speaking of diesels, Strasburg has started work on 1235, which is their diesel, their other...
Oh, you mean the diesel that they plan on You mean that diesel that they made a vote on, I think, Facebook, where 3 of the
Yes.
options were ex-Santa Fe paint schemes?
Well, yes, because the next Santa Fe engine.
Oh, that's fair.
Yes, Strasburg has started work on 1235, and to keep their audience engaged on Facebook and Instagram and everywhere else, have decided to put it up to a vote. I believe number 1 won. The options were, and I will send you the image, Ellis, here, so you can display it
Oh yeah, let me see.
for posterity's purposes.
And we can argue about it.
I voted for number 1, for the record.
I don't know.
Zebra stripes, Strauss bonnet, New York Central paint, or whatever the hell the 4th one is. I don't know what to call that yet.
I voted for the 4th one.
At the end here, it is 941 comments.
Oh boy.
Jesus.
Not to mention the votes that were counted on Instagram and in the Facebook group as well that the marketer did. So a lot of people voted for this, but I believe number 1 which is nice. I always thought it was going to be nice in zebra stripes,
Yeah, I don't mind number
which is
1.
what they had originally decided to do. So that's neat.
I don't like this.
I know some people wanted to do the Strasburg bonnet, and I said no.
No, I don't.
Yeah, no,
That's
the
like my
Strasburg
least
bonnet
favorite.
looks awful. Looks like an awful Bachmann model.
So bad. I mean,
Like,
I mean, yes, but
it just
Like,
it
that
doesn't fit
font
with
is
anything on the
terrible.
fucking roster.
Yeah, no, there's no reason for them to do that.
Period.
But also, give me Steam. Like, no more diesels.
Well,
Shit.
Look,
Ellis,
supposedly, I've heard the grapevine. If all this stuff didn't happen with the COVID and stuff like that, 1187 was supposed to get worked on this year. Probably not going to.
But why? Why 1187?
Because Camelback.
There's Camelback.
Everyone thinks camelbacks are a danger to the environment, and they need to be incinerated. And that.
I mean, camelbacks are just a danger to sanity and goodness in the world.
Get the fuck out. If you were a lower rank, I'd fucking move you.
It's
To be
never
fair-
a question that I've hated camelbacks for my entire.
Oh my god, we can do it!
No. Anyway, as for my vote, I would probably pick number 1 because it actually doesn't look half bad. Like, Zebra Stripe, I buy.
Yeah, like the zebra stripe. Oh wait, I think we broke Ellis.
I'm just opening the Gulag document. Give me
Oh.
a sec.
I think you pissed him off.
Yeah, I wouldn't have minded it in 4 or it would anything other than Strasburg bonnet. Anything other than that.
It could have been worse. They could have done it in War Bonnet or Superfleet Bonnet.
Well, they were trying to go with a freight scheme that the engine actually wore.
I say Superfleet Bonnet because the Santa Fe Superfleet locomotives literally just wears War Bonnet with the yellow bonnet lettering.
Honestly, I think it would have been neat as well. It would have been neat to see it at any of them. Like, to see a matching
Yeah,
set,
but
New
like
York Central.
The war bonnet or whatever is so ugly.
To
With
see it,
Strasburg written across the whole engine. Ugh.
yeah, you
It's
need the
gross.
space between Santa and you need the space.
Yeah. It's
Like,
just fewer letters.
Yeah.
You know?
or maybe smaller or something.
It's just the fact that Santa Fe just feels less like it takes up all the space because it's shorter and smaller and has a space. Like, Strasburg doesn't fit there. It's terrible.
Yeah. Although it would have been neat to see it dressed up as a New York Central engine to have a matching set. That would have been neat to see.
No, they should have just done it as Mavis.
No. You can still
No.
see on it. Like, legitimately, you can see the Mavis sticker, like, just kind of peeled off halfway on there.
Ugh.
It
It's
should,
all
it
right.
should,
It
yeah,
doesn't
I
even
can
look
see
good.
it there.
it
Like,
should be Mavis
you-
for all time. Actually, no.
You're
I know
referring
what
to
they
that
should
lip-
do. They should have it
You're referring-
splatter and dodge. That's what they should do.
No. Here's the thing. Like, they need to lease a Norfolk Southern. They need to lease a Norfolk Southern Gevo and just put a claw in it and call it Diesel 10.
Please. Please give me a Diesel 10.
Please, no.
Please give me a
Please,
Diesel 10 that can
no.
chase Thomas around. Yes.
Look, that's okay as long as we get Lady, too.
By the way,
I'm 100% on board with this.
I'm gonna kill off this part of the combo very quickly since we all know the controversy around it. But did you guys hear about that leak of the work print copy of Thomas and the Magic Railroad?
Yes, I have heard about that, but I've yet to find it.
I'm not gonna provide a link because I'm pretty sure everyone would get pissed off at me if I do.
Well, you know
Can you
what?
please send me a link privately?
All right.
Anyway, what else have we got? Let's not dwell on one thing for too long, as much as I like discussing this. I want to talk about two annoying, well, maybe annoying, maybe not. Just, I always come back around to my two infrastructure gripes, which are, one, the Portal Bridge in New Jersey, which they received a bunch of money in their grant, I believe. Which is great, because we'll be hopefully finally able to fix that 100 and, like, gaining on a 110-year-old bridge, I think, that likes to cause problems for the Northeast Corridor.
Yeah, I'd say problems is a way to describe it.
FRA awarded Amtrak about $55 million towards the federal cost share for the Portal North Bridge project. New Jersey Transit was awarded about $36 million to reconstruct an electrical substation nearby. It is 110 years old now. Oh, happy birthday. let's see, a bunch of senators got together and announced more than $91 million in funding for the portal bridge replacement. So hopefully this project can get off the ground and stop being talked about. The other one that I would like it to be more than talked about is the Gateway Tunnel before something else manages to shut down the U.S. economy that isn't the coronavirus. There is a huge, infrastructure bill, which there are a couple of other articles on this, but there have been a bunch of senators that got together and basically came up with this idea that's like, okay, we're trying to get some economy going again. What if we just did a giant infrastructure bill and put a ton of people to work like that, and the folks that are in part of the Gateway Development Corporation, which has been moving to, has been doing the work on the tunnel design for the new Hudson River tubes, is basically sitting in the corner saying, hey, please give us some of that. Can some of that money go to getting these tunnels built? And the answer is maybe. I've talked about how important these tunnels are, but if you want to read more about them, feel free to read the article. The estimate is that if one of them were to have to be shut down for any reason, it would cut off, it would basically stifle rail traffic into New York City by 75% in that direction.
I believe it.
Yeah. Kind of a big deal.
Yeah.
Infrastructure good. Yeah. Anyway, does somebody have something else that won't annoy me?
Yes.
Yeah, actually.
I have some good news, yeah.
I want TJ's good news, because I like TJ's good news.
Okay.
Go fuck yourself.
Hey, you moved me!
Well,
Those might be the
good
last words you
news.
say.
The volunteers at the Valley Railroad in Connecticut have been working hard last off-season to get the rails ready for a new prospect that has the Valley Railroad in this quarantine. If you're thinking steam engines, you're wrong. I'm talking about bikes. Rail bikes, to be specific.
Yes!
I
like this good
They have
news,
become
thank
a
you.
craze in Rhode Island. The Newport and Old Colony had them for a little while.
I think they still do.
I think they might still, yeah. But now, recently they had them at Goodspeed Yard in Haddam, Connecticut, which is a part of the line that isn't often trafficked, but they use it. And now, coming in July, the rail bikes will be moving to Haddam Meadows State Park, which has not been used since 1968.
For that
It has
movie.
not seen a train since 1968. So starting July 4th, this 6-mile round trip will be accessible via rail bike.
That's awesome.
Which is really cool. And there's a rumor in the comments section that kind of hints that eventually in the foreseeable future, I should say, maybe we'll see some trains on this section of the line. But if you're looking at the picture I'm looking at on the post, if you look behind the man in the white shirt, it looks like it's going to be a little while before a train goes through there.
Hold on.
Because there's no roadbed or ties under that piece of track. So
Oh, that's
at least unless it's maybe just an optical illusion with the tree reflection and shadows and something. But it kind of looks like a washout. Probably isn't, but
Well, I mean, we know that there's
There
a
were
giant
some.
pile of dirt in the way.
Yeah, maybe they just blew through that.
I feel like it's a little bit
Oh.
more of I feel like it's a little bit more of blowing through it, considering the pile of dirt is also somebody's driveway.
Right. But
Speaking of blowing piles of dirt, across the pond, this was a very interesting thing that was laid over for May 15th, a steam engine was used in a quarry.
Oh yeah, this is so
a
cool.
Leicestershire quarry. Basically, a 102-year-old steam engine that was owned by Sir William McAlpine and a couple other people was required to pull out a decommissioned conveyor belt from the bottom of the quarry. They didn't have a winch and couldn't get one in quick enough. And one of the guys said, "Hey, I have this steam engine that has a winch. We could use that."
Road locomotive.
And they did. And they just did. They just drove it down there and dig it up. And some of these pictures in this article are absolutely cool. Because, you look at it and you see this traction engine next to all these big dozers and stuff like that. And it's crazy. Like that's just crazy that was done in 2020 as well. As much as I want to keep up here, I want to do a quick lightning round because I need to get to bed. I have work at 6 a.m. So
yeah, okay.
like to be quite early.
You've got a lot of news over there, so
yeah. Approach Medium put out the WKNS route a couple weeks ago. It is complete bullshit. Please do not buy it. It is not correct.
I plan on buying WKNS 65 though.
Get 65 because support Steve. Steve's a good guy. Approach Medium. He's been a dick to me. He put out an inaccurate route, touting it as accurate, and it's not. He missed several roads, and also super elevation, and it's about a mile of track as well. But he just didn't model.
Where is the other article that was with that?
There was no other article that was with that.
There was a separate article for the. They were in the same set of brackets. A separate article for the locomotive.
Yeah,
Oh,
okay. Well, 65 was also released. Sorry, Jader. These Broad Top work session next weekend. It is limited to 45 people, and you have to RSVP starting at 8 a.m. on Wednesday, which is going to be rather interesting. I'm going to have to do that at work, even though I was requested. They are working on Combine 14, the boiler shop, painting, the electrical brake shop, pattern house, coal bin, and foundry. They're doing some window replacement, track work, and brush cutting.
What about the bridge?
I'm hoping for brush cutting or track work. White Pass 61 has a new tube patch, or front tube sheet patch, which is rather interesting. 630 is going through an annual. That's about what it comes down to. They took the cab off and are just doing some annual stuff. Goose.
Doc.
They are doing
no, Doc. Goose.
19% off sale for COVID-19 on their online store. That's about it. I don't know what Goose
19% off. God damn it, you guys.
I don't know what Dolores even has for sale. What do they even have for sale? I don't know. Well, either way, they're doing that.
Goose.
So the Y6A, 2156, which has been on loan for the past 5 years in Roanoke, from the Museum of Transportation in St. Louis, is returning to St. Louis relatively soon. As of this podcast recording, it is not maybe. No, it's going.
I mean, they're having a whole petition, etc., etc., etc.
Well, the museum has final say, and they have said it is going back. Norfolk Southern recently moved down an office car from Juniata down to Roanoke, I believe Pennsylvania of all things, to help in the transit of it. So it will be moving back to Missouri here relatively soon. There are a couple articles because of it, but they're getting back there. Speaking of articulated, 1309 painted a pilot and put it on. That's all I have to say on that.
Cool.
Good job, 1309.
Go figure. The year that it may get done, may. I say that very. What's the word I'm looking for? Skeptically, very, very skeptically that it will get done. It's 2020, and nothing's open.
Yeah. This is their only opportunity.
Speaking of things that are open or being opened, East Broad Top has suffered some more damage. And we were talking about this the other night. It is in town. The main bridge right next to the station that goes over the creek was burned They set fire to railroad ties, I believe, that were just stacked there because I know they were doing a lot of tie replacement. And spray painted the railroad bridge with swastikas and several other stuff.
So
Personally,
good people. Yeah.
Yeah, they're going to be caught. This was in town. Things travel a lot in rural America, in rural Pennsylvania. Somebody saw something and they just need to talk with them and find. I'm sure they already know who it is. They're just trying to find where they are.
We're coming
so
for you. Don't mess with the bridges.
I have no... Speaking of bridges, I remember a couple years ago... God, I have to unblock ads. A couple years ago, a 15-year-old girl was killed on the Pope Lick Trestle down in Virginia, and the parents are now suing the railroad because she survived. I'm not exactly certain. I'm not unblocking it.
I don't
know.
I don't know. Don't go on railroad bridges. Just don't do it.
Just don't do anything.
Don't do anything at all. Yes, the motto of 2020.
That is my termination. Just don't do anything. Just don't do anything. You're all fucked. All right.
Yes, the motto of 2020. Thank you.
All right. And on that note, good night, everybody. Talk to you tomorrow.
Good night.
Good night.
See ya.
All right, let's take care of the rest of this stuffs. I have bad news. I'm sorry, TJ. I can't be all... I need to counter you, I guess.
He can't be all sunshine, lollipops, and rainbows.
Well,
It's okay, I have more good news.
Well, that's good, because this is the sad end question mark for the observation car Bonnie Brook, which was an ex-New York Central end car, and... yeah, it's going on Amtrak for possibly the last time to new ownership at the Railroad Museum in Galveston. So, say goodbye to the Bonnie Brook. I used to see this thing all the time, I think, in New York, so it's a shame to see it go. I have good news, though, just in the opposite direction. I'm actually going to have even more mood whiplash in a second. But there are efforts to restore an Amtrak route across southern Montana, which is about the last place I expected to see another Amtrak route. But in the wake of climate change, struggling small towns, and a general shift in how people travel, proponents of passenger rail service see both social and economic benefits in restoring the North Coast Hiawatha route across Montana's southern tier. So that's really cool.
That's sick, yeah.
Under state law, only 2 counties are needed to establish the rail authority, Missoula County being one of them. The commissioners believe the effort will gain wider support. So they're trying to get other counties on board here. Is this route that's owned by Montana Rail Link?
Yes? Yeah. Southern Montana, yeah.
Because I know nothing about them, but they seem like the kind of cool guys that would be totally happy with passenger rail hanging out. But then again, they also don't seem like kind of cool guys, considering they're trying to lobby to change the regulations on what makes a Class 1 railroad. So, I don't know. I don't know what to think. This might be good, this might be not good, it might be easy, it might be hard. No idea. Montana seems like it's got some people that are on board here, and I definitely want to see this happen, because this is where some of Madison's more estranged relatives live, and I've always wanted to be able to take a train to them, I guess. But yeah, they're interested in collaborating with Montana, perhaps looking at a Salt Lake to Montana connection. They're super fired up in Boise and the adjoining southern region of Idaho. The Regional Passenger Rail Summit planned for Missoula in April was canceled due to the COVID-19 crisis, but plans are to reschedule for later this year. Quote, "This is no time to let off the accelerator." So, Montana's making money moves, I guess, with this, and I really hope that it pans out. The other thing that I hope that pans out is the Uinta Basin Railroad, which apparently they're just forging ahead on blindly, because that's something that they do, I guess. I don't know. I don't necessarily see the advantage to this anymore at this point, but they're trying to make it happen. A group of local stakeholders calling itself the Seven County Infrastructure Coalition has proposed building an 800 to 100-mile railroad into the remote Uinta Basin to tap the region's oil reserves. This is where the Uinta Railway used to run, but coming in from a different direction that isn't quite so absurd. Yeah, there is a preliminary memorandum of understanding with the Drexel Hamilton Infrastructure and Rio Grande Pacific, which operates a number of short-line railroads. Also, I think Rio Grande Pacific is the one that Wybold was trying to get an internship with. But they're really trying to make this happen. The thing that's most amusing to me is that this would be almost completing the original route of the Rio Grande, or the DNRGW, like the original, what was supposed to be the Moffat route before they ran out of money and killed it in Craig, and built the Dotsera cutoff and stuff. So, this is just, I don't know, it makes me happy in strange ways, but I don't see how this is a good idea right now. The other piece of news, the other unfortunate piece of news, I guess, is that the City of New Orleans and the Crescent and the Sunset were canceled or curtailed because of a storm that's running at New Orleans. Which, oh man, tell me if you've heard this one before. I just hope they come back. Because last time, they didn't. Anyway, there's another thing on this infrastructure bill. Apparently rail groups are split on it. I didn't really get to read the whole thing. But there are a lot of items listed in the 846-page, $500 billion infrastructure bill. But hopefully we can get some of that and put this nation back to work and build some railroads. Anyway. Other news, anybody?
Yeah.
Well, there's this one article saying, there's basically this article from Railway Age about the PSR effects, saying like uphill slow, downhill fast, profits first, safety last.
Yes. I love this article quoting that Rio Grande isms and basically how the thirst for money has turned to catastrophe, as nobody expected for sure. Nobody knew this was coming.
Well, everyone, that is, except for anyone who knew how Hunter Harrison was. Like, as far as my knowledge of him goes, he introduced the whole he didn't introduce it, like, there was a similar system used by the Southern Pacific, like, long before. Mm-hmm. Like, for a similar pre-blocking system the SP had until, like, they were bought out by Union Pacific. Like, Hunter Harrison first had the precision scheduled railroading technique when he worked for Canadian National. Then when he moved on to Canadian Pacific, he brought it over there. And then when he brought it to CSX, it went there too. And now it just started spreading everywhere.
Honestly, I think that the thing that doomed it all was that Hunter Harrison died. You know? He seems like, it seems like, or it has seemed like, he sort of knew, he could work it. I'm sure he had an idea, and it didn't not work in the companies that he had been with before. So it's like, and it didn't cause these catastrophes in the companies that he had been with before. So it's like, in CSX, especially considering how, what CSX was before Hunter Harrison came on scene, maybe if he had survived to finish his implementation, we wouldn't be here today. But instead, he died, and that he was never able to finish his plan, and so it turned into this, what we know what we know as PSR today, which is just catastrophe.
Yeah.
And you can even, it arose by any other name, It's hardly precision scheduled railroading, more like
precision sell-off railroading.
Yeah, more like shave off everything you possibly can in the name of absolute profits.
To be fair, CSX did kind of do that when Hunter Harrison came on board. Like, they retired many of their other locomotives like SD70s, SD60s, C40-8s, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, but CSX was in a sorry state. Anything could have helped them.
True.
CSX was a disaster.
And then you have like Norfolk Southern who were just like, hey, we have PSR now. Let's sell off almost every single locomotive we have.
Yeah. The shareholders are happy, and that's the important part, right?
Yeah.
No.
I mean,
What else have we
no.
got?
I have 3.
There's all the layoffs that have been going on railroads.
What have you got,
Okay.
Jader?
3 things regarding reopening,
Oh?
because as I'm sure everyone is aware, we're starting to reopen things and get back to a hopefully better sense of normal, and then we can come out of this as a better country and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, that's a rant for another day. Anyway, I'll start at the Ohio Railway Museum. We, as of today, we have announced our tentative reopening date of July 5th, which also happens to be the month of our of when our Pennsylvania RPO car number 6510 was built back in 1920. So we're doing like a celebration thing for that. I don't entirely know what we have planned yet. I assume we're going to do something. I just don't know what, but something cool. We're doing free admission for July 5th, and then $1 train rides for $1 per person train rides.
Cool.
So hopefully that works out.
That's exciting. I need to get up your way one of these days. I need an excuse to go back to Ohio.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, come to town for a few days.
I've only been to Cleveland, so like I need to see
Yeah,
other
dude,
Ohio.
Yeah, Cleveland. I mean, Cleveland's okay, but you got to see. I mean, Ohio's just so freaking, or at least even to me, it's so diverse because you have. You could start your day in Appalachia, and go in. Let's see. You go north, you get to Cleveland, shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
Then you go in to like the northwest, and then you get farms, and then like true Midwest, and then Appalachia, and you go like west, southwest of there, you're in what I kind of call the South, but it really isn't close. Anyway, speaking of Appalachia, the Hocking Valley Scenic, we are tentatively reopening this Saturday and Sunday, June 13th and 14th, and we're starting off with a bang. We're going to be running steam on our 2 regular trips on Saturday, as well as the trip on Sunday. And then on Saturday evening, we're having our first of hopefully 2 or 3 more cowboy robbery trains this year. And that's going to be those are going to be diesel powered. Because I think the second time we tried to use number 3 on a robbery train, we got a leaky tube when we got back at the end of the day. So it can do a lot of things, but a big sold out robbery train, it cannot.
Yikes.
Yeah, but it's back. It's back in traffic now. It should be fine.
Well,
I
that's
see.
good. I'm glad. I'm glad you guys are reopening. I'm glad number 3 is doing okay. That derp. I don't know what to.
What?
I'm saying that derp. It's 3.
That derp.
It's cute,
Yeah.
but it's derp.
Yay, obscure one-offs.
Yay! I should have brought it to the prototype Royale.
I saw that like after I saw that you guys did. I don't really pay attention to it.
Darn.
Like after I saw that you guys did, I'm like, damn it.
That would have been a funny one.
I'd lose instantly, probably. But
You'd be surprised how some bizarre engines can fare. We had quite an assemblage for the prototype Royale.
can we do a one-off Royale?
That's basically what it was. It was as long as you have number in class equal to 1.
You know what? If you guys decide to do a one-off Royale, here's what you should probably do. This would be British locomotives, though, since I can only think of really one-off British locomotives outside of the Timken 1111. Since
And that's the one that
Well, I
won.
was thinking, yeah, that.
Ironic.
I was thinking of like a locomotive Royale, that's basically the LNER U1 versus the Midland Railway 2290.
What?
Why did I say 2290 like that?
The what?
Wait, isn't the U1 the telescopic bread loaf?
Yeah,
I
the
feel like we've
Garrett
done this before.
The Q one?
No.
U1.
You want? Wait. Huh?
Something
The
British.
LNER
It's
U1.
British. We don't know British. They're small.
What?
I see.
That's a Garrett.
Yeah, that's a Garrett.
That's not the
Okay.
bread loaf.
I know, maybe that was the N1.
No.
Also, for those curious, this is what Big Bertha looks like.
Oh no,
Or
Big Bertha.
2290. It's like the most. Outside
Somebody-
of that one. Sorry.
The bread loaf is this ugly.
Somebody
ugly
could have
fucker.
brought Big Bertha. I think that was an idea being tossed around. The thing is, there are so many good prototypes and only 5 spots in a Royale. So we had 111, we had the original Niagara, which was 6,000. We had, and we had 3 other things. I can't actually remember what the other 3 things were, but I remember those 2 because they were the ones duking it out for the. Oh, we had the AA-20. We had. I'd need to pull it up. It's been a couple weeks. I'm looking forward to the other one, but yeah, the prototype Royale was definitely an interesting one. Or single engine classes. Oh yeah, we had Little River 110, the AA-20, the Timken 111, the HR-2, which was this weird Mexican Malay, and the New York Central 6000. So yeah, that was a fun one to go watch that one. Anyway. Does anyone have some good news? Other good news?
Well, my last
Well,
piece.
there's the.
I'm probably
Well,
gonna-
there
I
was
got
a.
work in the morning.
Sorry.
Sorry. My third piece of reopening, and really the only reopening that out of all the reopenings that I know of in Ohio, because I haven't heard of any other railroads reopening. Age of Steam is resuming public tours on Thursday, June 18th, so next Thursday.
Yay!
However, there's going to be some changes, obviously. Tours are limited to 8 people, and they're not doing walk-in tickets. You have to get them in advance. And they're also having the visitors wait in their cars or the parking lot until 10 minutes before the tour starts, which is fair.
Now that's a place I need to go. You know what's another place I need to go? The East Broad
What?
Top.
Oh.
I need to sit down and put together start an Ohio trip doc, but I might just start a new one.
I have a good reason why you should go to the EBT.
Oh, there are many good reasons, but what is yours?
They moved a long cut of hoppers.
Stuff moving at the
It's
EBT is such a big deal. Even
Yeah.
though it's not a big deal, because it's like, of course they're going to be moving stuff. They're alive.
Why is it such a big deal that they're moving stuff?
Because they were dead for like 20 years.
Oh.
These hopper cars hadn't been moved in 15 years. But yeah. They're just covered in vines and stuff. It's ridiculous. It's amazing and exciting, and I'm glad they could actually drag them out of the way, but like EBT stuff, the fact that they're not dead now is just mind-boggling. Chris said it when he came in the call earlier. Like, it's crazy. You know what else needs to be... TJ, tell me what other freight cars need to be moved.
What?
The other link you have.
Oh, yeah. So, remember how I mentioned that people want the Valley Railroad to move to, or to go further? Well, at the end of its line, is Middletown, a fairly large city in, Connecticut. And, they are unhappy with another railroad that's already in the city currently. Genesee, Wyoming apparently has been storing freight just on the rail line there, and it passes by City Hall and the central downtown area, and the railroad cars have graffiti on them, and they're just gross looking. And so maybe this might, get the public support behind the Valley Railroad to get them coming in and clean the place up. So we'll have to wait and see what happens.
Yeah, no, there's like a very teasing comment in there somewhere, like, oh, we were talking to the Valley Railroad because in order to oust these freight cars, we need to prove that we were using the tracks for something else. And they're like, hey, Valley Railroad, what do you guys think? Where's the quote? It's in here somewhere. Yeah. These rail tracks right in the middle of our downtown have a lot of potential, said Florsheim, who has been a part of preliminary conversations about whether or not the Essex Steam Train and Valley Railroad in Lower Middlesex County would be interested in connecting to the city one day. So, big think.
Perhaps.
Anyway. Alright, we've got 2 more pieces of news from you, Bears, and then we can wrap this thing up.
Well, firstly, there's the release of the Trains Q and the Trains QJ.
It's very nice.
Yeah, it's an Osami model, and I gotta say, they outdone themselves on this.
Yeah, there are like
They're
a gajillion variations, aren't there?
Yep.
Yeah,
There's the American.
Yeah, there's the Chinese versions. There's the early version, the later version, and also the American versions.
Yep.
The Iowa Interstate ones and the R.J. Corman one. Not R.J. Corman. Getting mistaken for Roger Corman for some reason.
Ron Jeremy Corman.
I actually have them. I actually have the models. Like, for some reason, it says it's compatible with only Train 2019, but but for some reason I managed to actually have them. What am I even saying? Like, they were in my download quota for Trains into a new era, so I just figured I'd install them.
And they
Like,
work.
my only problem with them is that the whistle on the Iowa Interstate one isn't really fitting. Like, it's literally the same whistle as their Pierre Marquette 1225 model.
Do you know
Believe
what
it or
they
not.
actually had?
But
Do you know what they actually had? Because I don't. I'm curious.
I don't either.
I don't know whistles.
you mean 6988's whistle?
Yeah.
Well, I don't really know all the whistles it had, but one of them I know was an Illinois Central 3 chime. That's about it, though.
Well, unfortunately, they don't like you editing that stuff too much. But there are as many variations as one could ask for. So I think it's really cool. I know they got leaked ahead of time, and Kavan was showing them off, I think. But yeah. Anyway, if you ever wanted QJs, this is more QJs than you could possibly ask for.
Indeed, especially for those foamers who just really, really, really want the Iowa Interstate QJs for trains.
Yes.
As for the next one, there's this article about how Amtrak wants to ask the STB to settle their dispute with Metro over the Chicago Union Station.
Yeah, this has been a really will they won't they about who's owning the station, who's actually in charge of it, who's paying the bills, and they just keep going back and forth. Amtrak, I think, wants control of it. Metro doesn't want to give it up. I don't know. I thought Amtrak was taking it over. Oh no, sorry. Amtrak.
It's a very confused situation.
Amtrak does own it, and has just laid out a bunch of conditions to Metro, and Metro's like, we don't like these conditions. They also don't want to pay more. But, yeah, we'll see how this goes.
Agreed.
Alright, well that leads us to the end of this podcast. We had a couple of other things that I didn't really get to, or that I skimmed over, but either way we had one of the highest scoring locomotive verses in history, and hopefully we can have more. Somebody can take down the Class J that I actually like better. Oh well. Grumble, grumble. And tune in for the local Royale. I don't know why I'm saying tune in. It's going to be recorded and then released. But anyway, Chris was supposed to go first, which he did, so that's fine, because he had 2 points. One for being on Facebook, and the other one for moving me. He's going to wake up in Gulag. But yeah, so before we get there, we have to do the latest train on Amtrak. And I will say that some may know what the latest train on Amtrak is.
You mean the mean the Chargers?
No. So,
No.
the latest train on Amtrak, if anyone wants to hazard a guess,
Yeah, I have a guess.
yeah, what's your guess?
Yesterday's Zephyr 5.
Okay. Jader, do you have a guess?
Yes, it is January 6th. June 6th, California Zephyr number 5.
Hey, that's my guess.
As for my guess, I
Uh,
don't have a guess, mainly because I don't really know that many Amtrak trains, with the exception of a few like the California Zephyr, the Coast Starlight, and a few others.
well, you could pick one of those.
I'll just say Coast Starlight, whenever that recently ran.
Which
Okay.
direction?
Yeah, northbound or southbound?
Southbound.
Okay, the southbound Coast Starlight is 1 minute late. Actually, the other
Ooh.
one is 3 minutes late. Now, you guys both guessed the California Zephyr number 5. It is listed as 1 hour and 10 minutes late, because it has not yet arrived at Provo, so the lateness of the train has not been updated.
Bummer.
However, it is projected to be 16 hours, 4 minutes late, but that makes it, technically, according to the Amtracker, not the latest train on Amtrak.
Oh no.
The latest train on Amtrak is actually the one going the other direction.
Ah,
Amtrak Zephyr number 6,
damn.
which was 13 hours and 22 minutes late at Helper, Utah, and is, again,
Oh.
currently experiencing a service disruption, as are both number 5s. And I think one other train somewhere. Maybe it went off system. There's a really late corridor train, but that's about it. Like, there are a couple of other late trains. The Empire Builder's not having a great day. It's an hour late in one direction, an hour late in the other direction. There's a California Zephyr that's an hour and 20 minutes late. There's another California Zephyr that's 2 hours late, which is about to run into the area where 5 and 6 are stopped, so it's going to have a bad time. The other Amtrak 5 is 31 minutes early, question mark? But it hasn't left Iowa yet. So I'm really not sure. I believe Amtrak 5 hit a rock, and
That's what I heard.
so it's stuck, and Amtrak 6 is also stopped out there somewhere for some reason. Yeah. It's not great. Not great out there in Utah. Hopefully they can sort that out soon enough. But that is the latest train on Amtrak. Technically it's number 5, but it's number 5, but technically it's number 6. Oh well. The Amtracker messes with you like that sometimes. Anyway, that's it for this podcast, so let's terminate. Chris said don't do anything, so that's his termination. Let me just write that out. Don't do anything. And then, Bears.
My termination was literally a quote from an animated movie I know of.
What is it?
This line from the Swan Princess where one of the characters is like, "What else is there?"
Yeah, we covered most of the news.
I only picked it at random, by the way.
I am going to link 2 CGP Grey videos. Oops, I just whacked my microphone. Sorry about that. There's the Captain Edition and the Quartermaster Edition. And they are hilarious. It's just a pair of, 10-minute or so videos about... just generally about piracy and about the brand of piracy, but of course they're done in a very, edutainment style, where it's CGP Grey, it's kind of funny animation, and, you can also learn some interesting things about pirates, I guess. Let me just copy these links over. Hopefully they'll turn out okay. That one did. And this one, let me copy that. I know I'm going to have to chop off the timestamp, because I don't need that. Yeah, go. Hopefully those work. If not, you can look them up. TJ?
Mine is, let's hope we, get back to, a summer full of, 2-foot gauge. That's all I'm saying.
In other words, it's what the people want.
It is what the people want. Whether it be IRL or
Yeah.
in a game, has to happen.
Yeah. Jader?
I'm gonna say get out and do things. Now that we're starting to open up, go enjoy. Especially if you're local to anything fun, any railroads,
Anything fun, Rhode Island? No.
We have beaches.
Well, just go out and enjoy life, but please be responsible about it.
We don't need
Don't
any
be
more
that.
deaths.
Yeah, please.
Don't nobody die.
I'm tired of seeing this shit.
Yeah. Anyway, thanks for tuning in for this episode of the Terminus Podcast. We'll see you again in a couple of weeks. Bye-bye.
But hello. I mean, see ya. I don't even know what I'm trying to say now.